Critics' reviews say the scathing piece in the UK Daily Mail have generally been positive for the Rings of Power as measured by aggregators like Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic. That is not true. That is not true at all. There are plenty of reviews out there by major papers, the New York Times, Time, BBC, Daily Mail, all of these, Entertainment Weekly. There's a ton of reviews out there where the people have issues, serious issues with this show. And they mention it. They all mention it. Not only usually it's in the title. Even they'll tell you something in the title or in the byline. So this assertion that basically everyone loves this is absolute BS. Even amongst the critics, I did a whole video on that, and you'll be able to see that. Now, customer reviews have been disproportionately negative. Yeah, that's because that's what happens when you attack your own fan base, when you ignore your own fan base, when you disparage your own fan base, when you ignore the canon, when you ignore Tolkien, when you claim that you're going to produce a faithful adaptation, and what you do instead is to turn out this garbage where you change characters radically or create characters and make up characters so that you can have diversity and inject identity politics into a show and a TV series that Tolkien would never have approved of that kind of activity. Like Netflix, Prime Video has phased out its starred on-screen reviews. The recently revamped Prime Video user interface includes user ratings from IMDb on every film or series title. As of Friday evening, the IMDb rating stood at a respectable 7.1. No, it's much lower now, out of 10. Like Netflix, Prime Video has phased out its starred on-screen reviews. The recently revamped Prime Video user interface includes user ratings from IMDb. I wouldn't trust IMDb. I'll explain why. On every film or series title, as of Friday evening, the IMDb rating stood at a respectable 7.1 out of 10. It is no longer 7.1 out of 10, an improvement over where it had been just 24 hours earlier. So let's go take a look. First of all, I want to show you that if you go to the Rings of Power Amazon Prime Video, you can put in a rating here, but nobody can see it. So I'm not sure exactly what they mean. You can add a rating if you want, but there are no ratings that are visible. So it still hasn't been 72 hours. So maybe they mean they're going to hold all these reviews, and then after 72 hours, they'll start showing them. As of right now, you can't see anything. Now, the user ratings for Rings of Power is sitting at a 6.5 out of 10. And the mean, the mathematical average is a 6.2. Now, that gap has narrowed slightly from where it was before. It was 6.1 earlier. And that means that the weighted average, this is IMDb's manipulated number versus the actual average number of 6.2, they're starting to come together. So this is starting to settle in this mid to low sixes is where it is settling in at in the IMDb reviews. Now, the problem with IMDb is it's owned by Amazon. And now if you go and look at the actual user reviews, if you go over here to user reviews and you click on that, you can sort by helpfulness, date, total votes, prolific reviewer, or just review rating. And now if you sort by the lowest, when it first comes up, it's going to show you the highest. But when you sort by the lowest that they are showing is a 6. So they're only showing positive reviews. So they are manipulating these reviews. IMDb is not trustworthy, in my opinion. They're specifically manipulating these. They cannot be trusted. We can no longer trust anything that they show on this website because they are shilling for Amazon, and we just don't know the truth anymore. They are not being objective. They're not being honest. They are hiding reviews. And at this point, you should not use IMDb for your reviews. You should not trust them. Now, this is why you should be going to Rotten Tomatoes, where you can easily see that it's a 37%. You can click on these reviews, and then you can read through them yourself. And that way you can tell if someone seems like they're genuine or not. You can look at the reviews and see a 2-star and say, here's a whole paragraph about it, and you can read that for yourself and make up your own mind without someone babysitting for you and deciding that they know best what you're even allowed to read. My other alternative that I give to you is Metacritic. And Metacritic, as of right now, it's sitting at a 2.4 out of 10 for the Rings of Power. But again, you can click on the number and you can go through all of these reviews and you can see for yourself. There's a lot of low reviews, a lot of zeros, which I don't know why 0 is a number that they allow, but that's how they roll. So that's fine. There's a lot of people who are giving 0 reviews. There's a lot of comments in here. You can read them again. You can see, how many people found these reviews helpful. And I think all of that information, providing that information, is what these websites should be doing. That's how they should be working. Rotten Tomatoes is still somewhat trustworthy. Metacritic is definitely trustworthy. Amazon is completely untrustworthy, along with IMDb. So I wouldn't use them. I wouldn't use them at all for this, but they are hiding reviews. They're hiding negative reviews. And all of a sudden they have this magically implemented this 72-hour embargo on reviews that they didn't have before, but they've always had. So there's that. Now, let me know what you think in the comments below. In the meantime, if you want to continue to smash the narrative, then smash the like, subscribe, and share buttons, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.